Yo, your favorite YouTuber who doesn't finish his series and always forget to upload here. So today I'll be doing where Deku was abandoned part 7, so let's begin. We see the young married couple sleeping in their bed when the alarm goes off. As Katsumi blows up another alarm clock, Izuku then said to her, "Babe, that's the 6th this month you exploded." Katsumi then said, "Can't help it, it's annoying me because it's making me get up rather snuggle with you." Izuku then said, "Me too, but remember today is the first day of UA. We can't be late, you know how Uncle Aizawa gets when someone is late for his class." Katsumi just pouted and said, "Fine, but we are taking a shower together." Izuku then said, "Let me carry you then." Izuku is just wearing shorts without shirt on, and Katsumi is wearing, his shirt and her underwear. He carries her bridal style toward the shower and has the time of their lives. After 30 minutes of showering, they went and changed into their uniforms. He looked at her and saw she made the skirt look good. Izuku could not resist and squeezed the behind. Katsumi then eats and blushed. Izuku then said, "Sorry, it just make that uniform look really sexy on you." Katsumi then said, blushing, "Baka, you can't do that." Izuku smirked then said, "We are in private and nobody can see us." Katsumi blushing then said, "Still, don't do that, I'm sensitive there." Izuku smirks and then said, "But who was saying to slap her real hard until she, got from being slapped?" Katsumi blushed and starts saying and Izuku smirks and then said, "Sorry, let's go, we had to get to school." Katsumi blushing still then said, "Regalia or motorcycle?" Then Izuku said, "Regalia." As they grabbed their book bags, they headed toward the regalia and they got in it. Nizu called saying that he can park on the teacher parking spot. They arrived at the school to see Aizawa and Nizu waiting for them to arrive. They saw Aizawa smiling and it was weird seeing him smile as they remembered that Aunt Imi just gave a birth. Izuku then said, "Hey uncle, congrats on being a dad." Katsumi then said, "Yeah, I hear that you had a boy." Aizawa then said, "Yeah, look at this picture of him." Izuku then said, "Oh, he looked cute." Katsumi squeezed and she said, "His kids look like Izuku" at his smile. Izuku then said, "What's my cousin's name?" Aizawa then said, "Well, after a while we decided to call him Izuku Aizawa." Izuku then said, "Why my name?" Aizawa smiled and said, "Because me and Imi wanted you and Katsumi to be the godparents of something happened to me and Imi." Katsumi then said, "I'm honored, uncle." Then Izuku said, "We accept." Aizawa then smiled and said, "Good. Also, please, I know you are married, so no baby soon." Both of them blushed at the thought of having a baby. Both the teacher and principal laughed at their reaction. Nizu then said, "You two get to class. Aizawa will be rather in 30 minutes there." Izuku then said, "Yes, sir." As both of them went toward their class, they arrived at 1A. They heard something very familiar. "Hey, get your feet on the desk, you are disrespecting." No, that's Bakugo, sorry. I mean, Ida manner. "Hey, get your feet in the desk, you are disrespecting the past students who sat there." And then we can hear another person said, "What crawl up your ass?" "What? You hear me? My name is Tinya Ida. I'm from Samui Middle School." And then we can hear another person say, "Ah, an elite. I will be glad to crush you." Ida then said, "Crush me? That's not what heroes should act." Izuku then said, "Ready?" Katsumi then said, "You know it." As both of them entered, they see the couple holding hands. Tinya Ida immediately went toward them. Ida then said, "You are the one who shred the zero pointer." Everyone was surprised to meet the guy to be rumored to completely destroy the zero pointer with ease. Ida then said, "My name is Ida." Izuku raised his hand and said, "I hear you. My name is Izuku Lucius Kalium, and this is my wife, Katsumi Lucy's Kalium. Everyone then said, wife? Everyone, like Izuku then said, yeah, wife, we got married. Ida then said, how? Izuku then said, easy. I went to my auntie and uncle and they accepted she is my childhood friend. Then Ida said, ah, I see. Oi, Deku, sis, you two are married? Why nobody told me? Bakugo said. And Izuku then said, easy, Katsuki. We just got married 2 weeks ago. Auntie and uncle just accepted. Katsuki then said, why that mean that's me and you are? Kasumi laughed and then said, brother-in-law. Hey Katsuki, have you seen my brother? Like an unknown person said. They saw a female version of Izuku and it was Izumi. Most of the guys blushed at the sight of her. She was extremely beautiful. Izuku then said, what the hell do you want, Yage? Izumi then said, you have some explaining to do about how the hell you got 6 quirks. Everyone then said, what? Izuku then said, who told you? Izumi then said, our parents overheard Aizawa and Nizu talking. Izuku then said, is none of your goddamn business where I got them from. Now everyone, the teacher has arrived. To pipe down. Ida then said, I don't see the teacher. You sense are always sharp, Izuku. Izumi then said, that's voice, it can't be. A yellow sleep bag was on the ground, drinking an apple juice. The class was confused that their teacher, only 2 were surprised that he was their teacher technically, so yeah, that's the big surprise. Izuku then said, do I call you sensei or uncle? Aizawa then said, sensei or Aizawa sensei. Izuku then said, good, Katsumi, let's go sit down. Everyone then said in a similar tone, he's your uncle? Izuku then said, yeah, me and Izumi, have you seen your cute cousin? Izumi then said, yeah, he is so cute. Aizawa then said, enough you two. You will meet him another day. Then Izuku then said, dibs on the first to hold him. Izumi then said, not fair. Aizawa, you two are seriously brother and sister. Everyone, you're twins. Izuku then said, sadly yes. Aizawa then said, take this uniform and meet me in the field in 10 minutes. As Izuku and Katsumi grabbed their uniforms, they reached the door. Izuku then said, why are you standing there? If you don't hurry, he will not hold back on you what's he is planning to do. On cue, all of them grabbed the uniform and headed toward their locker room to change. In the boys' side, a red-haired melee boy saw Izuku's body and had to ask, hey, my name is Ijiro Kirishima, dude. What did you do for training to get your body like that? Izuku then said, hell training. Kirishima then asked in a question manner, said, hell training? Izuku then said, let's say about the end of the year I was wearing 500 lbs of weighted clothing. Kirishima then said, you have to tell me your training regiment. Izuku then said, later we had to get to the training field. As they finished changing, they went to the training field. So, in the girls' side, the girls were changing and one pink-skinned girl went toward Katsumi. Hey girl, my name is Mina Ashido, call me Mina. Are you really married to that piece of hunk? Katsumi then said, yes, I'm married to him. He came to ask my hand in marriage to my dad. He said yes. Mina then said, girl, you got lucky with him. Unknown to them, 3 girls were sulking, Izumi, Momo, and Jero. Momo then said, he is married, I missed my chance to make him mine. I will ask her if she can share him. Jero then said, why do the hot girls or hot guys always with the pretty girls or boys? Izumi then said, he is supposed to be with me, not her. I'm getting him back, but if she's willing to share him, I'm down. Izumi should have that type of kink, I think. So yeah, Katsumi then said, thank you. He sure is sweet and caring. Anyway, let's go, we don't want to be late. Aizawa is a strict teacher. They finished changing and they went toward the training field and to see that the boys are waiting for them to arrive. Katsumi went toward Izuku and gave him a hug. He hugged her back and one small tiny bee was crying tears of blood. They waited for Aizawa to speak. Aizawa then said, alright, we are doing quirk assessment. A brown-haired girl then said, what about orientation? Aizawa then said, UA is freestyle school, which means I can do whatever I want with my class. Katsuki Bakugo, you rank 3 after your sister and brother. Katsumi then said, don't remind me. Aizawa then said, don't care, I want you to throw this ball with your quirk. You stay in the circle. Katsuki then stepped in the circle, activated his quirk, and sent the ball flying. Then Katsuki said, die! And everyone said in same time, die? Aizawa then said, you got to always remember that quirk can be enhanced. He showed them his table to see. He threw the ball 705.7 meters. Everyone except to the set 705.7 meters. Dang, that's a lot. Aizawa then said, for the next 3 years, I'm going to train you to control your quirk, so be prepared. Mina said, we can use our quirk, this is going to be fun. Then Izuku said, now you triggered him. Katsumi then said, Mina, you doomed us all. Mina then said, what? Aizawa grinning said, funny you say. Okay, the last one in place is going to be expelled. The brown-haired girl then said, that's not fair. Aizawa was about to say something, but Izuku came forward. Izuku then said, you think that natural disasters, villains, attacks are no fair, no? The world is not a rainbow and sunshine. It's hard cold place and it really does matter how hard you get hit. What does matter is how hard you get hit and stand back up, so don't say it's unfair, because we are training to become heroes. We need to learn how to adapt. And everyone was amazed with the speech, and some were smiling. One was angry and the other was with guilt, but 2 people were smirking because he knew he speak the truth. Aizawa could help the proud of his smile of his nephew, and Katsumi felt happy because Izuku truly deserved to be a hero. And none of them except Izuku, who there were 2 people were hiding, and they heard his speech. It was his parent. All Might then said, my boy. Inko then said, my baby, I'm sorry. Aizawa then said, I could say more better, alright. Here are the 8 tests we are going to will be doing. So, Aizawa then said, now everyone get ready for the test. So the 50-meter dash, Aizawa put Izuku against Katsuki. Katsuki then said, ready to lose, Deku? Izuku then said, not chance, brother. Katsuki then said, don't call me that. Izuku summoned his ultimate blade and waited for Aizawa to say go. When Aizawa said go, Izuku threw the blade toward the end, and Katsuki propelled himself toward the end. He thought he won when Izuku was just leaning on the sword. Took you long enough. Katsuki then said, what? Computer then said, Izuku 1.2 seconds. Katsuki Bakugo 3.5 seconds. Katsuki, Deku, how the hell are you faster than me? Izuku then said, I don't run, I warp. Katsuki then said, why you? Aizawa then caught them and said, enough, the both of you. Izuku and Katsuki then said, yes sir. So, the grip test, Izuku broke the grip with his Kagune, and everyone was impressed, especially 5 people. Momo said, he is strong. Jiro said, look at his muscles. Izumi then said, how are you strong, brother? Katsuki then said, you piece of crap, you are telling me what the hell you did? Then Katsumi then said, man, those muscles, I want to take them. Aizawa then said, you're showing off. Izuku whispers, you know Inko and All Might are hiding over there. Aizawa then said, I know, I already saw they peek through, so go all out and show them what they miss. Izuku grins then said with pleasure. So, side to side steps. Izuku came second from the pervert who shaking out Katsumi's thigh, which made Izuku mad to crush him. The sandbox jump. Izuku cleared the box without any of his power. Katsumi also cleared this with her using her fly rocket when she used explosions. Katsuki was shocked to see his sister doing moves. Push-ups and sit-ups. Izuku was told by Aizawa to stop after doing 500 of them. Shoji and Seto was impressed by the sheer of stamina he has. So, softball throw. Aizawa then said, alright, last one is Izuku. Izuku steps in the circle and he knew his parents are watching, And Katsumi is the only one knows that secret Izuku already mastering one for all. Izuku then said, one for all, cowling 100%. Izumi then said, that's one for all, how? Izuku then said, you two come out, I know you are there. All Might and Inko came out. And the class was surprised that the number 1 hero and number 3 heroes are there. All Might then said, son, how did you do that? Inko then said, my baby, how did you master this? Izuku then said, don't call me son or baby. You two effing abandoned me for her. Now, I have a quirk you know are interested now. Effing pissed off. Aizawa sensei, can I throw the ball now? Aizawa then said, go ahead kid. Izuku summons one of his Kagunes and the electricity turned from green to red. Kagune tail whip. He's he threw the ball in the air and he spun. And the Kagune hit the ball and sent it into a sonic boom. The ball went toward outer space. Izuku then said, how was that, sir? Aizawa smirked then said, infinity. All Might then said, my boy. Inko then said, Izuku. A yellow haired boy then said, are we going to ignore that Lucius is son of All Might and Green Tornado? Izuku, deactivate full cowling, they are not my parents. Aizawa then said, GT, All Might, don't interrupt my students, be silent or go. Let me average the scores, then I will tell you. Aizawa let the average scores. Izumi just goes to and comfort her parents. Inko tries to talk to Izuku but he just ignore her and talk to Katsumi, ignoring Inko calling him. Katsumi then said, talk to your mother please for me. Izuku ground then said, alright, I will do it for you. Izuku goes toward Inko and she is about to hug him, however he puts a hand to make her stop. What do you want, Inko Yage? Inko crying then said, my baby boy, I'm sorry that I ignored you. You are all like in your all younger life. Please forgive me. I regretted everything about what I did with you. I was supposed to be your mother, but I was stranger. Please give me a chance. Izuku then said, I will think about it, but remember, this is no matter what, you are a failure and so is him. You two might be loved by the world as heroes, but as a parent, you are disgrace. And you don't deserve the title also. You are doing the same effing mistake as them, so talk to your daughter because she is your pride and joy. Leave me the F alone. Everyone discovered that Izuku is indeed their child, but why they did ignore him all his life and they say he disappeared. Aizawa then said, alright class, this is the result. So Izuku came first, Katsumi came second, Momo third, Katsuki fourth, Izumi fifth, and the rest go on until Minara was the last. Aizawa then said, Minata, you're expelled, pack your bags and get out. The little midget tried to assault Katsumi, but Katsuki and Izuku stepped in and bet him up. Katsuki then said, don't touch my sister. Izuku then said, don't touch my wife. Aizawa then said, I will call the police. Now, everyone, go back. Your syllabus is at your desk. Do your introduction to the class, and then you are dismissed for the day. Aizawa drags Minata and All Might with Inko following him. Momo then said, I thought it was a rush for everyone to do their best. Izuku then said no, he was really going to expel someone. He expelled an entire class last year for not having the stuff. However, I was surprised that he saw potential in all of you. Lida then said, Lucius, I was wondering, are you All Might and Green Tornado's son? Everyone stared at him and he nodded. Lida then said, care to explain why you have different name? Katsumi then said, you need to tell them, honey, they deserve to know about it. Izuku then said, alright, listen up, I'm about to tell you something that would not make sense. Momo then said, what? Izuku then said, all of the power you've seen expect a softball throw are not quirks. Everyone everyone said, what? Then how did you do that? Izuku then said, God gave me the power. Everyone then said, God, right? He is right, I give him the power. An old man appeared out of nowhere carrying the student, and Izuku went toward him and hugged him. And Izuku said, good to see you, God. God then said, hey, you have been in the past 2 weeks, yes? Listen, I'm going to take the pain transfer quirk and give you another one. Izuku then said, "What's the new one?" Kasuke then said, "No, he doesn't deserve another quirk. The one who deserves another quirk is me, not the useless bastard." God then said, just snapped his finger and Katsuki was tied by in a chair. Then God then said, "Be quiet. I created you. I can't take you out. Understand me?" Katsuki just nodded and God just untied him for his rope. God then said, "Like I was saying, your new quirk is," and with that, a cliffhanger. Ooh boy! You're gonna get more cliffhangers with the story, but don't worry. I hope I can upload the second, part 8 tomorrow. I will try, if not, probably the day after. So with that, no longer ado, as I always say, don't like or subscribe until you like my content, and stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, and spend the time with the most precious people you have, and see you next video. Peace out, bye bye. Also, don't forget to take care of yourself.